Trigger warning, I'm Andrew Klavan, and this is The Andrew Klavan Show.
Shifting into outer space like. Since we're jumping into outer space,
morning class, name is Manuel Moreira, doing my presentation on Supernova 1987A.
Since you're talking about space, do you know how to moonwalk?
My wife says this is inappropriate circumstance.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
So your first question may be, what is a supernova? Supernova is when a star explodes and it releases many of its mass, or much of its mass, such as iron and other elements which can create other planets, human beings, stars, and so on and so forth. Discovered in 1987. It was the first supernova discovered that year, therefore got the letter A for being the first one of that year. It was able to be viewed without a telescope because of the brightness. 1987A, the explosion of that star did not occur but until 165,000 years ago. Because of the time that it takes for light to travel, it was not discovered until 1987. In 1990, the Hubble telescope was invented. At that time, they were able to continue their investigations and discoveries of 1987A. With that discovery, they were able to find that not only does it have one ring, two rings, but it actually has three rings. And those rings occurred before the explosion of the supernova 1987. Okay, so in the image shown, you can see that there are three rings on supernova 1987A. And the three rings, the one in the middle is actually about 1 light year in length. The other two are a bit smaller, but there are three, as you can see in the picture. In the next few years, it's projected that the rings will be illuminated and it'll be easier to see the stars surrounding 1987A, and therefore giving us more information about the surroundings of the supernova. Evidence from supernova 1987A show that it could have triggered the formation of our solar system. Supernova 1987A was the first time we detected neurons outside of our own solar system. Studying the neuron emissions from supernova 1987A, there's evidence that there's a potential neutron star now in that old place, although it has yet to be found. With everything we know about supernovas, we know that one day our sun will explode. And when that happens, we may have to identify as something else, such as toast, because we're going to be done. Or as a hot dog, because we're going to be cooked. Other people like to identify as Native American.
So another interesting fact about supernova 1987A is the fact that it is a type 2 star, meaning that it came from a type 3.
This whole presentation is really putting me to sleep. So in conclusion, we were able to find out a lot about this supernova and about other supernovas that occur. This taught us about, with every end, there's a new beginning, how it helped form our solar system and all the other things that may have occurred.
Shifting back to Earth.
It's going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change. And your biggest issue is how are we going to pay for it? And like, this is the war. This is our World War II.